Tugboats, the unsung heroes of the sea. These powerful vessels guide massive ships and ensure smooth sailing in bustling harbors. Tugboat crews face unique challenges and dangers daily, from icy Arctic waters to tropical heat. Their expertise is essential to the global supply chain. Personal protective equipment, PPE, is a lifeline for these crews. In the following sections, we'll explore why PPE is non-negotiable for these maritime heroes. Tugboat operations are fraught with hazards, many not immediately apparent. Slippery decks, heavy machinery, and confined spaces pose significant threats. Engine rooms and cargo holds can lead to asphyxiation and exposure to hazardous materials. Constant noise and vibration can cause long-term health issues. A robust safety culture and consistent use of PPE are essential. Proper training and adherence to safety protocols protect lives. PPE is a tugboat crew's best friend, a silent guardian against unseen threats. Hard hats, safety gloves, and steel-toed boots protect against various hazards. Life jackets are vital for anyone working on or near water. PPE forms a comprehensive safety net for tugboat crews. Understanding and using each item consistently ensures a safe working environment. We'll explore specific PPE requirements and real-life examples of PPE saving lives. Stepping onto a tugboat deck is like entering a different world where safety is paramount. PPE, or personal protective equipment, is specialized gear designed to safeguard individuals. In the demanding tugboat environment, PPE is non-negotiable. Hard hats, safety gloves, and steel-toed boots protect against specific threats. PPE represents a commitment to safety and a shared responsibility among crew members. By donning their PPE, tugboat crews prioritize safety in every action on board. Let's explore the essential pieces of PPE that safeguard tugboat crews. Hard hats protect the head from falling objects. Safety gloves shield hands from abrasions, cuts, and chemical burns. Steel-toed boots protect feet from crushing injuries. Life jackets provide buoyancy in the event of a fall overboard. Each piece of PPE plays a crucial role in ensuring crew safety. PPE often serves as the first line of defense in critical moments. Imagine a deckhand handling a heavy mooring line that snaps back. With proper gloves, the impact is absorbed, minimizing injury. An engineer in the engine room is protected by safety goggles from hot oil and steam. PPE mitigates risks and protects tugboat crews from unexpected hazards. Investing in high-quality PPE is an investment in crew well-being and safety. Certain tasks require specialized PPE to address specific hazards. Engineers need chemical-resistant gear and respirators for hazardous materials. Deckhands use reflective vests for visibility during low-light conditions. Fall protection equipment is essential for working at heights. Specific PPE requirements are outlined in the vessel's safety manual. Consistent use of specialized PPE creates a safer working environment. The open ocean transforms into a relentless battlefield for tugboat crews. The deck becomes a slippery, unpredictable surface. Heavy equipment and confined spaces add complexity and risk. Fatigue and disorientation increase the likelihood of accidents. PPE is a critical line of defense in this demanding environment. It protects crews from the unseen forces that surround them. Accidents on tugboats can have serious consequences. Slips, trips, and falls can result in broken bones or head injuries. Heavy machinery presents constant threats if not handled cautiously. Hazardous materials can cause skin irritation and respiratory problems. Noise and vibration lead to long-term health issues. Consistent use of PPE is paramount to ensuring crew well-being. PPE quietly performs its duty, protecting crew members daily. Non-slip boots prevent slips and falls on rain-soaked decks. Gloves protect hands from rope burns and cuts. Safety glasses shield eyes from debris and chemical splashes. Ear protection mitigates noise exposure from engines. Integrating PPE into every aspect of operations creates a safer environment. Section 4. A culture of prevention. Integrating PPE into tugboat life. Cultivating a culture of prevention is key. Safety must be paramount, and PPE use should be second nature. Education and training ensure every crew member understands PPE's importance and usage. Regular safety meetings reinforce PPE's importance and address concerns. Hands-on training with realistic scenarios builds necessary skills. Open communication and shared responsibility create a positive safety culture. Visual reminders and regular PPE inspections reinforce safety commitment. A culture of prevention ensures a safer working environment and reduces accidents. Section 1. Guardians of the Deck PPE for deckhands. The deck of a tugboat is a dynamic and demanding workplace where deckhands perform a variety of physically demanding tasks in all weather conditions. From handling heavy ropes and chains to securing tow lines and assisting with cargo operations, deckhands face numerous hazards that require specialized PPE to mitigate risks and ensure their safety. One of the most essential pieces of PPE for deckhands is a pair of durable, non-slip work boots. The deck of a tugboat, often wet from sea spray, rain or spilled fluids, can become a treacherous surface. Non-slip boots provide the necessary traction to prevent slips, trips and falls, which can lead to serious injuries, especially when working with heavy equipment. Hand protection is equally crucial for deckhands, who frequently handle rough ropes, sharp edges and heavy objects. Durable work gloves, typically made from leather or synthetic materials with reinforced palms and fingers, protect against abrasions, cuts, punctures and rope burns. Different types of gloves offer varying levels of protection, so choosing the right pair for the specific task is essential. Working on deck often exposes deckhands to the elements, making weather-appropriate clothing a must. Waterproof jackets and pants shield from rain and sea spray, while insulated layers provide warmth during cold weather operations. High-visibility vests or jackets, especially important during nighttime operations or periods of low visibility, enhance a deckhand's visibility to other crew members and vessel traffic, reducing the risk of accidents. By consistently wearing and maintaining their PPE, deckhands can significantly reduce their risk of injury and contribute to a safer working environment for themselves and their fellow crew members. Their commitment to safety, reflected in their meticulous use of PPE, is a testament to their professionalism and dedication to the demanding work they do. Section 2. The Engine Room Guardians. Protecting the heart of the tugboat. Descending into the engine room of a tugboat is akin to entering a different world, a world of powerful machinery and potential hazards. Engineers face unique risks that necessitate a comprehensive approach to personal protection. Hearing protection is paramount in the engine room, where noise can reach deafening levels. Prolonged exposure to such noise can lead to permanent hearing loss, making earplugs or earmuffs essential. Earplugs provide a comfortable form of protection, while earmuffs offer a higher level of noise reduction. The engine room presents a high risk of head injuries from low-hanging obstacles or falling objects. Hard hats protect engineers from potentially serious head injuries. The hard outer shell deflects impacts, while the inner suspension system absorbs and distributes the force. Working on engines involves handling hot surfaces and sharp edges. Heat-resistant gloves protect hands from burns. Cut-resistant gloves shield hands from cuts and punctures. By donning and maintaining their PPE, engineers ensure a safer working environment. Their commitment to safety keeps the heart of the tugboat beating strong. Section 3. At the helm of safety, PPE for captains and pilots. Captains and pilots ensure the vessel's safe operation. They set a strong example by adhering to safety protocols and using appropriate PPE. Life jackets are crucial for captains and pilots, providing buoyancy in emergencies. High-visibility clothing is essential, especially during nighttime operations. Weather-appropriate clothing and comfortable footwear are also important. By using PPE, captains and pilots foster a culture of safety on the tugboat. Section 4. Every role matters. The interconnected web of safety. On a tugboat, safety is a collective responsibility, an interconnected web linking every crew member. From the deckhand hauling lines to the engineer monitoring gauges to the captain charting the course, each role is vital. PPE symbolizes this collective commitment to safety, protecting oneself and others from potential hazards. Gloves protect hands and enable assistance, preventing injuries that could hinder help. Ear protection safeguards hearing for alarms. The captain's life jacket symbolizes responsibility for the safety of everyone on board. Safety extends beyond PPE to open communication, reporting near misses and identifying hazards. A culture of respect and valued feedback. Safety is an ingrained value, ensuring everyone returns home safely. Recognizing the interconnected nature of safety minimizes risks and prevents accidents. This commitment to safety is the hallmark of a true maritime team, dedicated to navigating challenges while protecting themselves and their vessel. Section 1. When seconds count. Real-life stories of PPE making a difference. In the high-stakes world of tugboat operations, where powerful forces and unforgiving elements collide, the importance of PPE is often most vividly illustrated through real-life stories of close calls and narrow escapes. These accounts, shared among crew members and passed down through generations of maritime professionals, serve as powerful reminders that PPE is not just a regulatory requirement, but a life-saving necessity. Imagine a scenario where a deckhand rushing to secure a tow line during a storm loses his footing on the rain-slicked deck. As he falls, his hard hat collides with a metal cleat, absorbing the impact that could have resulted in a severe head injury. Dazed but unharmed, he gets back on his feet, acutely aware that his hard hat had just saved him from a potentially life-altering injury. In another instance, an engineer working on a leaking hydraulic line experiences a sudden spray of high-pressure fluid. His safety glasses, fogged with condensation but still intact, shield his eyes from the corrosive spray, preventing what could have been a blinding injury. The stinging pain in his arm, where the fluid made contact with his exposed skin, serves as a stark reminder of the importance of full PPE compliance. These stories, often recounted with a mixture of relief and gratitude, underscore the fact that PPE is not just about following rules, it's about protecting lives. Each piece of PPE, meticulously designed and rigorously tested, represents a potential barrier between a crew member and a life-altering injury. Section 2. The burn that wasn't. A glove's tale of protection. Rope burns are common among tugboat crews. Handling thick ropes can quickly abrade skin, causing painful burns. Sturdy gloves act as a shield against pain and infection. A seasoned deckhand secures a tow line, feeling the rope's intense heat. The gloves absorb the friction, protecting his hands. This incident highlights the crucial role of PPE in protecting tugboat crews. PPE minimizes wear and tear, ensuring crew safety and effectiveness. Section 3. A hard hat's silent victory, preventing a life-altering injury. In the chaotic environment of a tugboat's deck, head injuries are an ever-present risk. Falling objects and low-hanging obstacles make head protection essential. The hard hat stands as the last line of defense against life-altering injuries. Imagine a young deckhand eager to prove himself. He misjudges a shackle's swing, clipping his head. The impact knocks him off balance. He feels the dent in his hard hat, a reminder of the blow. The hard hat absorbed the impact, preventing a serious injury. This near miss underscores the importance of PPE in protecting all crew members. Section 4. Learning from near misses, reinforcing the importance of PPE. Every near miss on a tugboat is a chance to learn and reinforce safety protocols, especially the use of PPE. Analyzing incidents helps crews transform potential tragedies into growth opportunities. Investigate thoroughly, examining the incident and contributing factors. Consider environmental conditions, equipment malfunctions, or human error. Ensure PPE was worn correctly. Address any gaps in training or communication. Identify areas for improvement in safety programs. Revise procedures, provide training, or invest in new PPE. Implement new communication protocols or enhance safety checklists. Share lessons learned throughout the organization. Sharing near misses helps others avoid similar incidents. This fosters a culture of continuous improvement. Each near miss and PPE success story reminds us of safety's importance. Reinforcing PPE importance ensures crews return home safe after every voyage. In the demanding and often unforgiving environment of tugboat operations, personal protective equipment, or PPE, serves as a lifeline, shielding crew members from the myriad hazards they face daily. But the effectiveness of PPE hinges on its integrity, its ability to perform as designed when called upon in a critical moment. Maintaining the integrity of PPE, therefore, is not just a matter of good practice. It's an essential aspect of ensuring a safe working environment. Regular cleaning and maintenance are crucial to preserving the effectiveness of PPE. Dirt, grime, and other contaminants can degrade the materials over time, compromising their protective qualities. Gloves caked with mud lose their grip, hard hats splattered with paint may obscure vision, and boots soaked in oil become slippery and unsafe. Establishing a routine for cleaning and inspecting PPE is vital. After each use, PPE should be inspected for damage, cleaned according to manufacturer recommendations, and stored properly in a designated area. This not only prolongs the lifespan of the equipment, but also ensures that it's ready for immediate use when needed. The responsibility for maintaining PPE should be shared by everyone on board. Crew members should be trained to inspect their PPE before each use, reporting any damage or wear and tear to their supervisor. This fosters a culture of shared responsibility for safety, where each individual plays a role in maintaining a safe working environment. The old adage, "a stitch in time saves 9 rings," particularly true when it comes to maintaining the integrity of PPE. Regular inspections, conducted with a keen eye for detail, can identify minor wear and tear before it escalates into major damage, compromising the protective qualities of the equipment. Inspecting PPE is not just about looking for obvious signs of damage like tears, cracks, or missing parts. It's also about recognizing subtle signs of wear that could indicate a potential weakness. For example, frayed stitching on a safety harness, a faded reflective strip on a life jacket, or a worn-down tread on a pair of work boots might not seem like major issues, but they could compromise the effectiveness of the PPE in a critical situation. When inspecting hard hats, check for cracks, dents, or any damage to the shell or the suspension system. Examine the headband for wear and tear, ensuring that it fits snugly and securely. For safety glasses, inspect the lenses for scratches or cracks, and check the frames for any signs of bending or damage. Gloves should be inspected for holes, tears, or excessive wear, particularly in the palms and fingertips, where they are most exposed to friction and abrasion. Boots should be checked for worn-down soles, damaged toe caps, and any loose or broken stitching. By integrating these inspections into their daily routines, tugboat crews can identify potential PPE issues early on, taking proactive steps to repair or replace damaged equipment before it becomes a safety hazard. Section 3. The perfect fit. Ensuring comfort and functionality. The effectiveness of PPE extends beyond protection. It must also provide a comfortable and functional fit. Ill-fitting PPE can restrict movement and create hazards. Ensuring the perfect fit starts with selecting the right size and style. Manufacturers offer a range of sizes and styles to accommodate different body types. It's essential to provide crew members with a selection of PPE options. Proper adjustments are equally important for comfort and functionality. Hard hats should be adjusted to sit level on the head. The chin strap should be snug but not constricting. Safety glasses should fit snugly to prevent dust and debris. The nose piece should be adjusted for comfort. Gloves should fit snugly but allow for full motion. Loose gloves can reduce dexterity and increase risk. Prioritizing comfort and functionality promotes consistent PPE use. Comfortable and confident crew members are more likely to wear PPE correctly, enhancing safety. Section 1. The Circle of Safety, from awareness to action. Throughout this journey into the world of tugboat safety, we've explored the critical role that personal protective equipment, or PPE, plays in protecting those who navigate the challenges of this demanding profession. From the deckhand hauling lines to the engineer monitoring gauges to the captain charting the course, every crew member relies on PPE to mitigate risks and ensure their well-being. But the effectiveness of PPE extends far beyond its physical properties. It's not just about the durability of a hard hat or the tensile strength of a safety harness. It's about the awareness, the commitment, and the shared responsibility that underpin a true culture of safety. It's about understanding that every task, every decision, every moment on board a tugboat carries with it the potential for both triumph and tragedy. This awareness begins with education, with instilling in every crew member, from the greenest deckhand to the most seasoned captain, a deep respect for the inherent dangers of their profession. It's about understanding that the sea is an unforgiving mistress, that complacency breeds carelessness, and that even the most routine task can quickly escalate into a life-threatening situation. Section 2. Every drill a lifesaver, practicing for the unexpected. Awareness, however, is only the first step in the circle of safety. It must be translated into action, into the development of habits and reflexes that become second nature, ingrained into the very fabric of a tugboat's operation. This is where regular safety drills, conducted with the same seriousness and precision as any other critical maneuver, prove their worth. Every drill, every simulated emergency serves as an opportunity to reinforce safety protocols, to test equipment, and to build muscle memory for those moments when seconds count. It's about practicing the donning of life jackets until it becomes instinctive, about rehearsing firefighting techniques until they are executed with precision, about drilling on man overboard procedures until every crew member knows their role by heart. These drills are not just about checking boxes or complying with regulations. They are about creating a shared language of safety, a set of shared experiences that bind a crew together and prepare them to face the unexpected as a cohesive unit. They are about transforming theoretical knowledge into practical skills, about bridging the gap between awareness and action, and about ensuring that when the alarm sounds, every crew member is ready to respond. Not with panic, but with the confidence that comes from preparation and practice. Section 3. Sailing into a safer future, championing a culture of safety. The circle of safety, however, extends far beyond the deck of a single tugboat. It encompasses the entire maritime industry, from the shipyards where these vessels are built to the ports they service to the regulatory bodies that oversee their operation. Creating a safer future for tugboat crews requires a collective effort, a shared commitment to prioritizing safety at every level. This commitment begins with investing in research and development, with continuously seeking new and innovative ways to improve the design of tugboats, to enhance the effectiveness of PPE, and to mitigate the risks inherent in maritime operations. It involves fostering open communication between crew members, operators, and regulators, creating channels for reporting near misses, sharing lessons learned, and advocating for stricter safety standards. It also requires a shift in perspective, a recognition that safety is not an expense but an investment, not a burden but a shared responsibility. It's about understanding that every life saved, every injury prevented is a victory not just for the individual but for the entire industry. As we sail into the future, let us carry with us the lessons learned, the stories shared, and the unwavering commitment to safety that has guided us on this journey. Let us continue to champion a culture where PPE is not viewed as optional equipment, but as an essential tool, a badge of honor worn by those who understand that true courage lies not in ignoring risks, but in mitigating them, not in courting danger, but in returning home safely after a hard day's work.